Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the Weest allegations. So don't you think it's funny that the people that defended I'm Alex have always been found out to be like some very despicable people? That's essentially what happened here. So basically what happened is Buttered Kayla, who's an ex of Weest, exposed that he had some very weird shit on his phone, and he even had private DMs with a 12-year-old that he was attempting to solicitate. So in this thread, or in this little mini thread, she explains, "I'm doing this tomorrow and I never want to see or hear his name again. The man I dated in 2023. I'll keep to you only the information that matters right now. One night while we were together, Weest left his phone in the bathroom while he was sleeping, and I went through it. I found several secret accounts on different platforms, underage roleplay on Twitter, hidden Snapchat accounts, etc. On Instagram, on a private account, and his messages was 4 attempts to message a 12-year-old girl. Her age was mistakenly indicated in her bio. In 2026, I still cannot escape the flashbacks of the photos of this little girl smiling with her friends. When I confronted him what I found, he admitted to everything and way more, including sleeping with an 18-year-old fan a year prior, to sending and receiving photos from people in which the appeal was not that I didn't know that they were underage or not, with a list of things in between, each one more horrifying than the next. He admitted to everything so fluidly and completely that in retrospect, I believe that he was getting off on saying it out loud. I've been struggling to stay silent about this for years. I still have not fully processed what happened, and because of this, and out of fear of being known as the girl that dated the guy that erred by a 12-year-old girl, I kept quiet, coping by selfishly telling myself that he wasn't an immediate danger to anyone, and if I told people around him, it would be enough." And then she says, it was brought to my attention yesterday that this man is publicly tweeting about wanting children. Even if you want to live in the delusion that someone would not harm their own child, children have friends, and I believe that this man would be a danger to each and every one of them. I have evidence, and the evidence is being sent where it needs to go. I will not speak on the experience of others, but I want you to keep in mind, I have already privately told everybody closest to him, they do not care. These types of people travel in packs, and they are eating anyone at a table that disgusts you. And the tweet that confirms this is saying, "Just imagine my future as a dad, pub stomping with my kids and their friends, making sure they learn about gaming the right way, and teaching them about PvP, man." Okay, and usually I wait for allegations to talk about it when they confirm it. We basically confirmed this in fucking Discord of all places, and he says, "I'm sorry everyone, I am so ashamed. I never wanted this to go public. These things happened in 2020. And since then, I've done the mental health work to change. She confronted me in 2023, months by the way, after she saw evidence of attempted solicitation. We continued something of a relationship with each other until we separated for unrelated reasons. I never went beyond attempting to establish digital contact with the minor. I knew that what was I doing was I wrong, but I was too sick in the head to say no to it. My ex Kayla was suffering with what she feared I would do to her in the future if I ever lived to have children of my own. So she decided to share the absolute worst of it on Twitter. I have been in Northeast Texas for a few days visiting my grandma, and I'm boarding a flight home to Atlanta right now. I don't know when I will be able to face you all on camera, and I want to publicly face my own mistakes, but you deserve to know what I've done. I completely understand if any of you want to completely cut ties and leave this community. I have changed, and I've been changed for many years now, but you have to forgive me or trust me. I deserve that treatment. And as much as I feared the day I knew would have to come." And then he says, "Please understand that I do not struggle with that sickness, and I haven't for many years. Child abuse creates child abuse. And I stopped it when I realized I was on my way to becoming a cog in that machine. For anyone that has been around for a few years, you see me change, but you don't have to forgive me. I hope I can re-earn your trust, and I will accept your disappointment either way. You're justified in that anguish about finding out today. I will never fully forgive myself for stooping so low, but I don't believe people can change. I hope to continue to be proof of that." He's still sick in the head. When these people say, "I'm no longer sick in the head," and they do shit like this, like they've already done a fucking crime, these people are sick. They're still sick. They just don't say anything out loud. This guy is fucked up in the head still. Alright? Don't let any of this fool you. All this, "I've done the mental work to change. I've gone to fucking psychiatrist. I've gone to therapy." Don't believe that shit. And this guy is like, oh, I went to therapy. I'm gonna show you all the receipts of when I did in person. Talk about my pedophilia. And he didn't attempt to do anything, and he felt a little sick, so he went to therapy. He already fucking did it. That's the bad part. He's trying to be like, oh, I already committed the crime, but you know, I went to therapy afterwards. And so these are the DMs that, of course, the kid is censored, which is good. You don't want any of that uncensored. And it's Weest, and it's the screenshot of his phone trying to DM this person 4 separate times. Or sorry, not person, kid, child. I'm gonna be very strong with my wording here because this guy's fucked in the head. It says, hi, what's up, hi. This is very fucking creepy. What the actual shit is wrong with this guy? So I know Kayla she posted a bit more on Twitter, and it's longer paragraphs, so I'm just gonna like skim through it. And she says this feels wrong to like take this down, and she doesn't really want to be involved again. And then she continues on saying that she had other DMs, and he basically tries to manipulate whenever he can. And that's true. Throughout these DMs, it's very fucking weird. By the way, I think they already broke up because of this shit coming up, but S, who's a Twitter lifer or streamer or whatever, was dating Weest at the time. And there's a DM between Kayla and this other person saying, just wanted you to know, but in his sub channel, S and Weest are accusing you of just being jealous ex and stalking them for months. And then Kayla says, I'm sure they are, dude. I've had them blocked for like 2 years. Which makes me incredibly suspect of what S is saying and how a lot of her tweets. She's like, I didn't know about this. Stop accusing me of shit. Stop doing this and that. I'm gonna keep that in mind. I'm not gonna say she knew immediately. Maybe she didn't know. And we lied to her about Kayla being, you know, stalking GF or whatever that was jealous. That could be the case, but I do think a lot of her tweets are weird and should be called into question, most definitely. So I'm gonna quickly run through some of the DMs that Kayla shared. This is all on Internet Versus again. He's my number one trusted source. He's the CNN to my Fox News. Okay, so I got Jesus, I should not have said that. That sounds really bad. So Weest says, I understand when you tweeted what you did. I'm sorry for everything. I just saw the tweet. I'm visiting family. And I didn't see it until now. And then she points at the fucking DM that I just pointed out. And she says, are you stupid? Jealous X is insane when you were telling me that you were in love with me days before you went public with your current girlfriend. I do not give a fuck about you. I do not give a fuck about your girlfriend. You're a master manipulator, but it will not work on me twice. I'm sorry your girlfriend is too deep to realize what you are, but you cannot let your way out of this. Do not speak my fucking name ever again. And then it says, I have a screenshot of everything. Like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? I'm sorry, Kayla. I don't know what to do. I just wanted to keep living. Jesus, I just wanted to keep living. Bro's acting like he was like held at gunpoint or some shit. Like, no, you're a predator. Shut the fuck up. Please, for the love of God. But he doesn't shut the fuck up. He continues on like a dumbass. And then she says, I know when some of the Snapchats were. I know you fucked that 18-year-old. I do not give a fuck you wanted to keep living. You lying on my name is insane. Correct yourself. And he says, I don't want to defend myself or argue with you or against the truth. What the fuck do you mean against the truth? Like, you seem kind of to argue about it when you're trying to like put a wall in between everything, saying that you got better. Obviously, you're still pretty sick. And then she says, dude, you were telling me you were in love with me days before your public with your current girlfriend, and you were trying to call me a jealous ex in your fucking Discord server. You turned into KYS, and you manipulated me into feeling bad for you. I do not feel bad for you anymore. And he says, I just wanted to move on and be better, and I have been. And she says, deja vu, correct yourself. And then he says, I would try my best. I just don't know where to go on from that. And then she says, you can stop using my name for the rest of your fucking life for starters. You said that I put the worst of it on Twitter, and I put the mildest shit on Twitter. This is insane. I really cannot believe that you're still fucking lying. And he says, if I wanted to make a public statement, I wanted to be able to address everything and admit the truth, but I don't have any evidence personally. What the fuck do you mean? You have some of this shit on your phone. That's a little weird. Well, that's a little weird to say out loud, I won't lie. So then she says, you've been lying in your Discord server when the evidence is in front of your fucking face. Yeah, correctly, like he has the fucking phone, what the fuck? And then she says, I woke up with your ass immediately after getting off the phone with the blank, told you what I found, and broke up with you. I have proof of that. I have witnesses. I have proof of the Snapchat, and I have the usernames. You left your passwords on your computer. Correct yourself. And he says, what do you want me to say publicly? Like, actually, how can I continue with any future. And then she says, delete the messages in your server, tell your girlfriend your truth, and get her to shut the fuck up, the actual truth. I didn't dump it on her because I didn't want her to end up as a fucked up as I am right now. Delete your message from your server. And then she says, and I wrote a new one with the truth. You did it. You're sorry. Leave me out of it. There's no doubt in my mind that your girlfriend thinking what I give a fuck about you or her is entirely your fault. You should not feel safe tweeting about wanting children. You should not feel safe ever. Every move you make, you should be able to be scared that you're gonna get caught. And she says, fuck you. And he says, I just want a normal future. And she says, fuck you. You did it. You're sorry. I never want to see or hear my name come out of your fucking mouth again. Delete your fucking message in the server. Delete any messages that have my name. Take down the YouTube videos with me down. You do not know how bad this can fucking get, dude. Which is, true. And he just fucking continues on. He says, I will delete them. I'm pretty sure all the videos are deleted. Oh yeah, the fucking YouTube videos. Why does he fucking put a typo here and it kind of threw me off. And then she says, I did you a favor all these years. You weren't safe. The things that you did do not deserve a normal future, and I will never feel bad for you again. All your friends that told me that your girlfriend knew, I believed them. Completely oblivious people don't respond like that. People that are embarrassed and frustrated respond like that. And then she continues on saying, I want to remind you, you cannot wait this out. You will not get away with what you're lying about this. The fact that you are lying on my name is so egotistical that it could literally only come out of your mouth. And he says, I don't want to argue with you. I don't plan on waiting this out. I just needed time. And he says, is the message gone? And he's like, my great grandma's dying. She didn't remember my name yesterday, and I just saw her for what I believe is the last time. Jesus. And he says, I believe I deleted the message just now. And then she's like, do not ever say my fucking name again. Tell your girlfriend to never say my fucking name again. I have had you guys blocked and have kept you as far out of my fucking head as I possibly could since the last time I saw you. Sometimes you don't realize how insanely fucked up someone is until you're out of the circle of abuse. You fucked me while I was unconscious more than once. You touched me in my sleep. And he says, I'm so sorry for the suffering I had caused you from the bottom of my heart. I wish you healing. And she says, you can structure these messages all you want. Evidence is evidence. Go fuck yourself. I'm just sorry. If you were sorry, you wouldn't be trying to cover your ass by calling me a jealous ex in your Discord server, you fucking loser. Jesus. And he says, that wasn't either of us. That was people on the server coming to that conclusion. And then she said, what do you expect? Because I know you didn't correct them, and your girlfriend also thinks I give a fuck about you guys also, which means that you tried to cover your ass ahead of time to try to make me look crazy like a fucking psychopath. I've been in a relationship for well over a year. If you disappear tomorrow, I wouldn't even notice. And he says, you were popping into my Twitch chat for a few months after S and I started dating. I saw your username in there multiple times. And then she says, 3 years ago? Get a fucking grip, dude. And you had a Chatterino on my computer. Saying you saw me in your chat several times 3 years ago, and that's proof I'm the jealous ex trying to ruin your reputation, is the most brain-dead fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. Which is pretty true. Like, he's so fucking, like, he's so concerned about getting, like, a chat in, like, fucking chatters or whatever in his fucking Twitch chat. Like, who gives a fuck? Alright? You can literally pop in and be like, oh, fuck you, and then just leave. Like, who gives a shit? Like, especially because you're a pretty big streamer. Like, it's kind of hard to escape you, bro. I'm so sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. Fuck you. So he says, it wasn't 3 years ago. And she's like, 2 years ago. It was after me and S started dating. And rightfully so. She's like, genuinely, who gives a fuck? You dated us at the same time. You're telling me that you were in love with me days before you guys went public. How stupid are you? Do you have proof of that? Because I was no contact with you before her and I met in person. And she says, I didn't say meet in person. And he's like, I didn't go public with the relationship until we met in person. Jesus fucking Christ, this guy's such an idiot. Yeah, he's definitely fucking guilty, holy shit. And then she's like, dude, before people started messaging me that she was posting about you on her story, I literally do not give a fuck about any of this. You're a fucking liar. My point is that you're a liar. You lied today. You literally will never stop lying. And then she continues on saying, you cannot get around me. You cannot get me in a circle. To talk in a circle, sorry. I know what a good relationship looks like now, and you're a piece of garbage. You're literally a rapist and a pedophile. And he says, please leave me alone. This has been going on for too long. You publicly stated, now please leave it be so I can take accountability for it. You said that you didn't want to hear my name again. Please just leave me alone. And she says, if I ever hear that you or your girlfriend has ever said my name publicly or privately again, I'm not sugarcoating anymore. Please leave her out of this. She doesn't deserve this treatment. She hasn't done anything, but I will try to address your tweet without mentioning you. And she's like, sorry, I can't keep doing the voice. I actually might stop. And she says, I don't care if she hasn't done anything. I do not want to hear that she's speaking about me. That's your responsibility to handle. I mean, yeah, it kind of is on you at that point. I mean, you just tell her to stop. I mean, it's not that hard. You're still together at this point, aren't you? So she continues saying, do not try, do not mention our relationship, do not allude to me, say what you did it and you're sorry, that's it. Some things come out about me, I did it, I'm sorry. No, she puts the worst stuff on Twitter, nothing. If I could be associated with you any less, I would give anything for it. If you lie about the dates, I will be there to correct you, and so will everybody else. If you mention my name, I will be there to correct you, and so will everybody else. And then he responds saying, then please, let this be the last time we speak. If you fucking lie, if you white lie, if you exaggerate, if you allude to something that isn't true, I will be there to correct you, and so will everybody else. And it says, I will not let you get away with this. I will not let you associate me with you anymore. The second you're done lying, I will be gone. And he says, okay, I already agreed. Please leave me. And then apparently he deleted his initial apology, accusing this about messaging a child in 2020, which is insane. And she says, you're a fucking idiot. You literally told me it wasn't you guys. Take that shit down right now. When I tell you that you do not want to fuck with me, I am so dead serious. I'm so sorry it's deleted. I have people watching your every fucking word. Choose them carefully. Your girlfriend too. Everything that she says qualifies as you now because she continued to stay with you. And this is some fucking Discord post from Estrogen. I deleted it, but only because you claim you simply had Chatterella open on your desktop. To us, it was creepy, but if you say it's true, then it's a simple misunderstanding. Jesus, this guy fucking tweets. He literally posts like a predator. Like, bro, holy shit. Like, you know how like when those predators get caught, I'm like, I know Chris Hansen isn't exactly loved right now, especially with all the bullshit he's done, but that would be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to message this 5-year-old. Like, what the fuck, bro? So this is a DM that she apparently had, and it says, this is Jacob's mom. Is he out of surgery? Why are you trying to ruin my son's life? If you were so concerned that he was messaging a minor, why did you continue to date him for 10 months after that? He would never harm a child. Those are serious allegations you are making, and I'm asking you politely to remove your post on Twitter, any other social media platform you may be on. Why, after all this time, would you try and blast him like that? You know his career is on the line because of your accusations. So if you have any decency, please take it down. If anything happens to my son, it will be your fault. Jesus. She says, 2 of your family members have already contacted me. I will not respond and tell everyone around you to leave me the fuck alone. If you do not get your girlfriend out of my replies, I will post a screen recording of this entire conversation. I do not want to hear from either of you or her ever again. The fact that she's even still in my replies shows that you are still lying to her. End it now. And then it ends with, I'll post a screenshot of you admitting to everything to Rhett also, so that you guys can't try to say that it's been trying to cause this problem, or it's you trying to cause this problem. Sorry, it's me trying to cause this problem. Shit. I've been tortured by YouTube for so long. And then it's a post. So S continues, and then it's like, bro, you leave me alone. I begged her to leave me alone in DMs. I haven't slept in days, and shit like that. And yeah, I mean, a lot of the fucking posts from S are just insane. And just getting messages from my stepdad that my mom is talking about killing herself. I just had to hide the gun in my house because I don't want him to kill himself in it. What the actual fuck is my life? I don't deserve this man. I should be the one everyone is worth. And so this is another DM saying, I'm sorry how you found out. I was told by several people that you knew. I assume you did not read the text I sent last night, but it is your boyfriend admitting to everything on top of admitting to assaulting me, admitting to lying to you, admitting to lying in the Discord. I want us to be over more than anything else in the world. If I never hear that you or him are speaking about me again, you will never hear from me again. I have screenshots of him admitting everything to several people. Please, I need you and your boyfriend to stay out of my replies. Stop talking about me and leave me alone. Look, and I get it. Like, S is like terrified because she just found out, and she's not as involved as people think. I don't know how much I believe that. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a bit iffy on that. And look, maybe it might be my intuition not to fucking trust people. Weest already admitted to being a predator. That part is true. And it might be true that S didn't really know. I'm somewhat in the middle. I am kind of inclined to believe her, but also to say that the ex was some crazy ex for calling out Weest a couple of these times. I think you should have asked more questions about why she was saying that. And you should have been more on the watch. That's just my opinion. So I'm not too sure. With all the posts that she's been saying, it kind of does seem like she didn't know, but maybe she had like a hint of knowing. Again, it's not too known if she fooling you. She has said multiple times she didn't know, and Kayla reported him to the FBI days ago apparently. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, fuck Weest, fuck this guy. I hope he lands in prison for like 3 fucking years. It's insane that he even attempted this. It's insane that he fucking like basically people. Do not, punch it down or whatever. That's basically what it is. Yeah, fuck this guy. And I'm not really surprised because this guy was a fucking I'm Alex, defender when he falsely accused Lazo. So yeah, I'm not really surprised. Yeah, fuck this guy. All right, bye.